So today's tutorial, so we also have the part A and the part B. In part A, you can start from the part A. The first question in part A. Now, which one size enough frame name in the sequence diagram? So what do you think about the answers for the first question? Hello? Give me the answers for the first one. What do you think about the first? So what kind of the frame names we have in the sequence diagram? So have you seen, if you see your lecture note today, frame. Okay. In a sequence diagrams, we have the iteration frame, the loop frame, and the opt frame or the alt frame. So what mean the opt and alt? So if you see the next slide, so you can find the word is opt frame, which is here. Yeah. So opt frame means the optional, the frame in the sequence diagram, and alt frame is automation the frame. So which we can implement it for the EPS, something in programming. Right? So the answer for the first one is, so we have the iteration frame, we have the opt frame, we have the automation frame, we don't have the object frame. So the answer is the C. And the next question, how much logic should sequence diagram include? So what do you think about the answer for the number 2? So how many logics should the sequence diagram include? Just pick one. The sequence diagram so must include the whole scenario. So then the answer for the B, the answer could be the B. Okay, the next question is something the identify the high level the service provided by the system. So what could be the high level the service provided by the system? Is that the class, is the activities, the use case, is the component? That is the use cases. Okay. So what means of the high level service? What mean the low level? So high level means something could be the close to the humans. So easy to understand by humans, so that is high level. So low level, the service is the means it could be close to the kind of the machine languages. That is low level services. Okay. So the answer for the C, use cases. Number 4 is an exception is anything that leads to not achieving the use case goals. True or false? So what is the exception? The exception so means it's something we don't want to do. Okay, if something goes wrong, then so we can think about the other parts when we failed something. Yeah. So the means is true. The answer can be true. The trigger list is possible statement that the system can be in after the use case runs. The truth or false? What's the triggering? So when you think about triggering, then we can start up your use case. So not the after. Okay, how we start, how you initiate your process. That is the trigger list. Okay, so the answer, so not after, so the false. All right. The system sequence diagram is a special version of this sequence diagram. Okay, so system sequence diagram is something actors. We have the actors, object, and object. So that's lifeline of the object. So we can just describe which one to go to first. What's the message for? Yeah, between the object. That's the sequence sequence diagram. But system sequence diagram only focus on the two object actor with one object. Okay, that's the system sequence diagram. So only have the one actor with one object. So that's the main purpose of the system sequence diagram. So we need to show the message input and output message, the requirement from the use case. Does it make sense? So it shows the input and output, the message requirement, so of the use case. Okay, so only have the one actor and one object. You need to show the input output message or the detailed information in the message. So this is the purpose of the system sequence diagram. The system sequence diagram only have the one actor with one object and need to show the input output message requirement of the use case. That is the purpose of the system sequence. And also, what's the component of the system sequence diagram? What do you think of it? What's the main component? Yeah, this is system sequence diagram example. And so what is the main component of the system sequence diagram? Of the system sequence diagram. So what's the main component? This is the example of the system sequence diagram.
Maybe object actor.
Yeah, good. So this is the actor, right? This is actor, object. What is this now? This is lifeline, right? And the message. So the actor, object, that's the main things. And also this is the lifeline of the system sequence diagram and the message. Yeah, that's for the component we need to have, right? So the first one, we need to have the actor. And the second one is object, the system object. And third one is lifeline of the object or the actor. The last one is for the messaging. So there could be input and output. Okay, that's the main component of the SSD. Okay. I just want to copy all this one into the diagram. Oh, I can't put it there. Anyway, so that's a system sequence diagram, okay? The object and the main component. That's all. And so move on to the next question. It's number 2. So now we finally need to draw the class diagram for the following scenarios. The scenario is about the university library system. Okay, I think it's better to read the question first, all of the scenarios. I will give you the 2 minutes. Let's read all of the scenarios and then think about how we can draw the class diagram. The first you need, you know the word class diagram. So think about what is the class in the scenarios, and what's the attribute. So what the method could be, and what's the relationship between the classes. Okay. The first of all, we need to find what's the main class in the passage, and also what's the attribute, what's the main data. So it needs to be the concern in the class. The third one is relationship between the classes. Okay. That's the main activity for today's tutorials. I'll give it 2 minutes to read all the scenarios. Then we can start to draw the class diagram for today.
Can you please show that question number 1?
Number 1? No, not that one. Where's number 1? Yeah, this what you want? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please read the given scenario in part the question number 2.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
All right. Yeah. Good. Yeah, have you read all the scenarios? So what this scenario is about? The scenario is about the university library system. So how we can make the manager for the books, or the patrons, or there's something about the loan. Okay, that's the scenario. Okay, right? So we can start drawing the class diagram from the first paragraph. You can just break down into the smaller one and draw the class diagram, each one. Let's see. Each paragraph. Is it okay? So the first paragraph. So this case is a simplified version of the new system for the university library. Okay, is any information we can find from here? So this system is about the university library system, right? And of course, the library system must keep track of the books. The main items we need to care is the book. Okay, that's the book. The information is maintained both book title and the individual book copies. So the two objects we can find, one is book title, the other one is individual book copies. The two objects we can find from the sentence. And the book title maintains the information about the title, author, the publisher, and the catalog numbers. So those are the information in the book title. It could be the attribute in the class, right? So I'm just using the different highlight colors for the attribute. The title, just a second. All right. So the book title maintains information about the book title and author. What is the author? Author and publisher and category numbers. Those are the information we need to maintain in the book title class. Okay, does it make sense? Yes. The next one is individual copies. This is another object. So need to maintain its copy number, editions, and publication years, ISBN, the book status, which is on show on the loan out. That's the state information. And the last one is the book due date, the backend. All right?
Yeah.
So I'll just move the information. And to draw the class diagram, so always as usual, you can go to the draw.io. So this we can use, create the new diagrams. So you can just create the blank one. And so name it ICT, this is 103. So today is week 7, right?
Yeah.
Class diagram. So we need to class target. So created your own name and copy your passage here. From the first paragraph, so we can find which object. So we found the two objects, which is the book title and other individual book copies, right? So book copies. So we can find the class under the UML sections. Go to the UML, and we can find most of the symbols you can find from the UML under the UML. So here's class, the class, and the other class here. So those two classes have the difference. The one has the method, the other one doesn't have the method. All right. So in this class diagrams, we need to create the method as well. So I'm using the first class symbols. So these symbols I use for today's session. The name of the class, the first one is the book title object. And another one is individual book copies. So create the other one, and that is the book copy object. Okay, in a book title object, so what could be the attribute? So what can the field? You can just create it. So the first one is title. We need the title field. And what's the data type for the title? Hello. What's the data type?
Title.
What did you say? String, right? The string is the data type for the title. There's some text, right? And the next one is author. Also string. And what we have? What's the next? Publisher.
Publisher.
Yeah. Publisher. There's a string as well. There's category number.
Yeah, catalog number.
Catalog number. Catalog number is a number or a string? I think it's better to have the string in this case. Okay. String. Yeah, that's all for the book titles. What about the book copies? The book copies maintain the copy number. Copy number is what types? Could be string or could be the numbers or integer. It's up to you. You can set your types for the data. Okay. Next one is additions. Addition string allowed to just like the string for the additions. Next one is ISBN. ISBN is a string as well. And the book status. The status can be the shelf on the shelf or the loan out, something like that. So I'm just using the string as well. And what is date due? Next thing is date due. So what's the data type for the date due? So you can just select date type for the date due. And if you look at all the attribute for this class, so what would the method? So what kind of the method we can create it for the book title? Any ideas? You can create your own the method for the object. The book title, it may have the get information, the get book, the information. So just to type in the title inside. So we can ask for the title and get information for the title of the books. And return can be the string type. What else? So if you wanted to update the book information, so update the book info, or you can set up some. Will always be they make some set for the get and set method. The get is getting the information from the object. The set means we can just enter the data to the instant that is set. So you can the name of the set method or the get method or the update. It's up to you. You can make any names. Update the book info. That's the another method for the book title, the class. The next one is the book copies. So also we can get book copy the info. We can just put in the title and the return value is string. What is anything? After then, the book status. If you decision or the other people to bring the book into the library, we need
So
to
one thing, sir,
sorry.
how you are adding the row, sir?
So once you select the
Yeah.
attribute, so
Yeah.
you can just move the mouse on the left side, any
arrow.
side, then you should come up the arrows
Okay.
and select the row and add the new rows. That's how I use. All right. So this time, once the book is returned to the library, we need to update the status of the book status. Book status. Okay. That's the example for the method. You can create your own method, whatever you want. You can just put here. So now we created the book title and the book copies object. What's the relationship between two? So if you have the one title of the book, so how many books? It can be the one or many books. Okay, many copies of books we can just be purchased by the library and they put it on the shelf, right? So if you go to the library, you can see the same books on the shelf. So one title of the book could be many. Oh. So that's the 1, 2, many relationship between two. So I'm just delete all the symbols first. And so copies. So one copies have the one title only, okay? Because they only have the title of the books. So one title of the books have the many copies. So that's the many relationship. So one to many. Does it make sense? Yes? No? Yes? Then can you go to the next paragraph? So we already done for those information into your class diagram. So next paragraph, the second one. So the library also they keep track of its patrons. The patron is the user of the library. So delete the one. So the paragraph, they focus on the patron. That's the main topic of this paragraph. So because it is university library, so there are the several types of the patrons. So there are different types of the patrons, and with their different privileges, right? Because we have the professor and student, we have the graduate student or the undergraduate student. They all have the permission, the privileges. So they are the faculty patrons, graduate patrons, student patron, and undergraduate student patrons. There are 3 different types of the patron. But also, that all the patrons have the common information, which is name. I'm using the different color. So all the patron has the name, address, and telephone numbers in common. Okay. But each of the patron has their specialized information. So for the faculty patrons, they have the office address or the office telephone numbers for the faculties. What the? I don't know, today I got a lot of the call. What happens? Yeah, the other one is the graduate student. So they have the graduate program information, advanced information. And undergraduate student, so have the program information and total credit hours for the undergraduate. So this one for the first one is the faculty, and this one graduate student and undergraduate student. All right. So bring it to the our diagrams. Copy. Yeah. So now we don't need that one. And so this one we use. I'm just put other side. The second paragraph is about the pattern. So we need to create the pattern class first. So that's the pattern. Okay. The pattern class must maintain some information, which is name, address, telephone number. So we can create a name field. So that is string type, and created a new. And next one is address for the pattern. And the next one is telephone number. Telephone. All right. So what's the method for the pattern? So we have to get information for get pattern info. Get pattern detail. So it will returns all the name, address, telephone numbers. So that is some of the name or the ID name, and we can just return this string. All right. And so that's the kind of super class. So under the super class, we have the several different subclass. We call the pattern as the parent class. We also have the child class. Child class, we take over all the information from the super class, which is parent class. Okay. So now we can create the child class, which is the first one. First one is faculty patterns. So that is faculty. Faculty pattern. You don't worry about the attribute. You can just create the 3 different types of the pattern first. So that's the graduate pattern. Graduate pattern. And the last one is about undergraduate, right? Undergraduate patterns. So each the subclass has their own information. The faculty pattern says their office address and office telephone number. So the faculty one has the office address, a string as well, and the next one is office address, the telephone number, the phone telephone. Okay, those 2 information for the faculties. So to get this one, the faculty. The detail. Okay. And graduate student. So graduate student have the graduate program. So that is graduate program. And what is it? Advisors. So advisor information. So the 2 for the graduate patterns. So get graduate detail. The last one is undergraduate program. So what's the program name? And total credit hours. So credit hours. And it should be the numbers, not a string. It should be number or the integer. You can just put the number or the integer. Integer or the number you can put. Yeah, don't need that one. So this one we need to get. Let's see, under spreadsheet detail. And those are the inheritance all the information from the patterns. So you can just create your line here too, make some relationship between two. So it is better to use the straight line. If you want, you can use the straight line, curved one. So this one also, yeah, connecting to that one. All right, then change the line end to the symbols. I think this one. So make it larger for line end. Make it bigger for you. This one also, change the symbol first and make it bigger for you. See. And line and the symbols be inheritance. That's the inheritance, okay? Is it better? Or the, which one do you like? Or what about this one? It's a copy one, yeah. And also one, oops. Change it to those one. Anyway, so now we draw the pattern, the superclass, and the subclass, which are pattern, the faculty pattern, graduate pattern, and undergraduate patterns. So with the specific information for each patterns. Okay, that's this another paragraph, the second paragraph, right? Yeah. Yeah, how did you feel? Is it difficult or easy? Did you follow me? Any questions so far? So now we finished up to the second paragraph. So the book title and the patterns. Is that okay? The second paragraph. And move on to next paragraph. So library, the author gave information about the library loan. So that topic of the third paragraph is about the loan. Okay. Now highlights with the loan. Okay, library loan. So library loan is somewhat the abstract object. The loan occurs when the patrons approaches the circulation desk with a stack of the book to check out. And over the time, the patron can have the many loans. The loan can have the physical books associated with it. So what is this? This is the explanation for relationship between the patron with the loan. So how many? So how many loans? So what's the relationship between the patron with the loan? So one patron can have the many loans. One loan have the books associated. That means between the patron with the loan, they are many to many relationship. Okay, does it make sense? So in this case, the association clause should be probably be created for the loan books. So we need to create it. That's something else. So did you remember what is association class? So loan book, for the loan book is association clause between the loan with patron. Now think about that. That's the third paragraph. Copy two. Yeah. So we need to create it. Which class we need to create? Which class do you want? Do you wanna? Hello? Yeah, can you tell me the name of the class we found in the third paragraph? Is loan. So this is all about the loan, right? So to make loan, so what kind of the information we should have in the loan class? What could be the information? How we can maintenance of the your loan? So we need to have the loan date when we borrow the book, and also need to have the information for who borrowed the book. So the patron, the information. All right. Or we can just see the relationship with the loan with patron. So just remove that one. Also, what kind of information we can create it in the loan class? The status of the loan, okay? It still be the loan out or you can just return back to the library. Okay, the maintenance for the status of the book. So it could be, so that's the date type. And the status is the string type. Okay. So the method we required. So think about the method. You can update the status, the book, and string. Yes or no. So update it's a return to string. String to find out. Yeah. All right. So now we found the class which is loan, and need to make a relationship between loan with patron. So this is loan, the patron is here. Put it down. So make some relationship between loan with the patron. So delete the symbols, both sides. And what's the relationship between loan with patron class? As I said, that's the many-to-many relationship, right? So many, and here to many as well. So many-to-many relationship. The star of the
Yeah. So there might be optional as well.
Sorry?
Optional
What was that?
means 0. Maybe one patron did not have any loan.
0 to many, but that we are talking about the entity ER diagrams, right?
Yeah.
So 0 to many, using the symbol, okay? But this one is only to the many. It doesn't mention about the 0 books, or it could be the 0. So 0 also the included in the asterisk. It could be the 0 to many. These symbols can represent it for the 0 as well. Okay. So many to many relationship means it can be 0, 1, 2, many, any numbers. So this also, so one loan can associate to 0 from the 0 to many. So also you can, if you wanted to specific data, that's 0 to the many, something like that. It's up to you. You can just write down, but this is most common. And this, the symbols, asterisk, so means multi, the many, but it includes the 0 as well. It can be 0 to many, all the numbers. Does it make sense? So in this paragraph, in the loan books are the association class. What's the association class? Yeah, have you run about the association class? Association? So find association. No, not today. Maybe the last week. Yeah, association class is something like the we need to create the loan books. So that is the loan item, right? So loan books means the loan item. So what we need to borrow. That is class, add a new class which is loan item. I need to create item. Okay. So loan item, which information? So that's not we don't need to have the loan books. So which we already have the loan date there. Then the book copy. Copy information, copy number. Copy number. That's a string. That's copy number. That's not the copy numbers and the status is written or not. Yeah, so update status as well. So the class are associated with the between the loan and the patron class. So we can just connecting this one to they put it here and make some of the association to the between the loan and the patron class, and make the line to which line style change to the dotted one. Now this means this is association class between the loan and the patron class. Okay, this is association class. Does it make sense? Yes or no? All right. So that class something related to here. Okay. And this one is B. Yes, the solid line. Straight line. Good. There's a loan and patrons and the book copies, book title are good. And we're done for this one. What is next paragraph? So if the patron, one of the book that is already checked out, then the patron can put that books on the reserves. So this is about the reserved class. So let's make some reservation for the book. If it's not available at this time, so we can just make a reserve for the next time. So it's about the reserve. Oh, not this colors. This is object, so could be yellow. Subject. We need to create the new object, which is the reserved class. So this is another class that does not represent the concrete object. So each of the reservation is for only one title and one patrons. So it's only one title of the books and one the patron. So information such that the date reserve. So that's the information we need to create it. So date reserve, priority, date fulfill, is maintenance. Those three information need to add to the class. So when the book is fulfilled and the system associated with the loan, which is checked out. Okay. So next, the paragraph. Where this go to? Oh, the same. Okay, good here. Now, next paragraph is about the reserve. How can we create the new class for the reservation? So reservation. Okay. So in a reservation class, we need to date reserved, date reserved. Okay, this is date type. There's a priority. Okay, that could be string or the number. Number is okay. And the next, date fulfill. Date to fulfill. That's the date time. Okay. And update the information, update let's say create widget. You can make your own method as well. This is some kind of the example. You can just use that one or create the new or the what else? Create a new result and update. You can make some changes. Okay, your reservation information. The update result. That's a reservation. And this reservation need to reconnect to where it is. Make some reservation for some relationship with that book title. Okay. Okay, today. Also, so what books do we need to reserve and who make the reserve? So who is the patron? So connect to the patron as well. So one-to-one. Okay. So the patron make the only one reservation. The one reservation associated to the patrons. That's the set, something like that. Yeah, so each reservation is the only one title of the book and the one patron. So 1 to the 1. Right. Is there anything else? That's all. And then go to the next paragraph. So patron, they have access to the library information to search for the book. This is some of the operation, which is search. So we need to search for the book title and to see whether the book is available or not. The patron can also reserve the title of the books, and if the all books are checked out, so we can make some reservation for the book. And when patrons bring the book in circulation to the circulation desk, the clerk, so the new user clerk, they checked out the books, online, and the clerk also need to check the book in. And when the books are dropped in the return slot, the clerk checked in the books and checked in the books, and also the stocking clerk keep track of the arrival of the new books. So also we need to keep track of the arrival of the new books. So what is this paragraph describe? This is all the idea is something new in the object we need to create. No, I don't think so. We already have the object class. So the patron, we have the book, and we can make a reservation class, and the checked in, checked out the book is into the activity for the books. Okay. Check it in, check it out, the search for the book. So how we can implement this one into your class? But we should add those functions into your system, right? So to do that, we need to create some special class, which is why is it so big? No. So created a new class title. What is it? Just only 12. Okay, the class name. So we need to create a special class for the operation. So this is operation of the system. Okay. Then you can create the name. This is library. Library handler. Handler. So if you see the name of the class, including the handler or the controller, that means that is for the operation of the system. Okay, not the object. This is for the operation of the system. So this class usually doesn't have any attribute. So delete all the attribute in this one, and we can just create it only for the method. So what kind of the function, what kind of the operations we need to do in the library system? So first we need to search for the book, search books, by the title, okay, and need to type title into the functions, okay. That's the first the operation, the method. The second one, we wanted to see whether the book is available or not. Then we can just create a new function, new method. Oh, what's that? So need to check the book title, the book availability. Okay, we need to check availability of the book. That's the another function. Also, we need to make a reservation. So create reservations. That's the another operation. Also, we need to do check out and check in. So check it out, check out function, book, and check in the book. Check the book in. So that is in. The book in. What is? Also, we need to create some function. This time we have this stuck in the clocks. So need to take care of the new arrival of the books. So when the new books is arrival to the library, we need to add the new books to the library system. So add new book to the system. Okay. Now that's all the functions. So just remove that one, and we use the operation class, which is library handler. So library handler need to control. So to search for the books, which the class we need to associate to that. Search for the book, we need to connect it to the book title. Then we can search all the book title. Then check the book availability. Then we can search for the book title, and also we can search for, or we can just connect it to the book copies and check it is available or not. And the next one is created a new reservation. Reservation here, so you can just connecting this one to the reserved class, okay, to check to create the reservation for the book and the patrons. Next one is checked out, checked in. So that is associated to checked in, checked out, which means loan. Okay, you can create the loan or update the status of the loan. And the last one is add the new books. The new books is something about in the book title. So create the new book title and add the book title and add the book copies. Okay. It's mixed. Yeah. So we only left one paragraph. So any questions? So last paragraph, which is managers in the library have their own activities. So we have another activities for the managers. So they will print the report of the books. So that's the another activities for the managers. So we need to print report of the book title, so by the category, and they also like to see the overdue books and what is. And the books that they get damaged, they want the destroyed. The managers delete the information about the book copies. So we can also need to delete the information about the book copies. And the manager also see what books are on reserve. So I wanted to see the what books on the reserve. Yeah, that's the other functions. So we need to implement this function, these activities in this our system, library system. So So you don't need to create any class, right? Well, we need to make some of the activities, create the activities in your the system for the managers. So I'm just created new class, which is controller. Okay, you see? So name of the class is the manager controller. Manager controller. Okay, manager controller. So controller or the handler doesn't have any field. It's only have the actions, activities. So delete the field in the controller and only have the method. So what kind of the method we need to create? The first one, we need to print the book title as print book titles by the category. All right, what is? We want to see the all over the books. So I wanted to see the get all over the books. Okay, the get all over the books. What is other activities? So when the book is damaged, we need to delete the information for the book copies. So we need to delete copies, copy the functions. The last one, wanted to see the book sound reserve. Okay, wanted to see. Then get information list, get list books reserve. Okay. That's the another functions, right? So this class should be used. The first one, the print the book title. So how we can book titles? We need to search for the book title, and we can just print the all of the book titles. So we need to associate to the book title and over the books. So which information we need to use to get the over the books is the loan class, right? So this one also the connecting to the loan class and the deleted book copies. So to delete the book copies, we need to control to the book copies, the entity, the object. The list of the on reserve, then we need to see the reservation, the class. So reservations on that here, reservations. Okay. Oh, that's so complicated, guys. Just to do the one by one, then make it simple for your class. Yeah, can you see that? All of the class? Let's have a look. So we have the book title and book copies, and the second paragraph is about the patrons. The patron have the three different types of the patrons: the faculty, graduate, undergraduate. So they have to make some loan. So loan class are associated to the patrons, so that the multi to multi, the many to many class. Then also we have the association class, which is loan items. And the next one is reservation. So if all of the books are not the available, then we can just make a reservation for the book for the next time. And we have the two activities. So one for the library. The library, so those activities must be done in a library system. So we need to search for the books and check the book availability and create the reservation, and also those one. And also we have the managers. Manager need to the activities, these activities. Okay, we can just separate. We can make it together with the separate to the next the controllers. Yeah. Any question? Hello.
No, sir, no question, sir.
Are you sure? Yeah. Then, so we can move on to the next activities. As activity 2, we complete the following the use case description table for the use case. That is, add a new vehicle to the existing the insurance policy. Okay. So this is very similar to the this is the how we can describe of the your use case. Oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah. So just try to make your own the answers. This is not the answers. I'm just using the my the ideas. You can create your own the method. It's up to you. Okay. But if you have the complicated one, you can just break down the scenario into the smaller part and just get it done by one. That's to make it easy to the design of your class. Okay, good. Next. So in activity 2, we need to draw the class, the use case description tables. The use case description table is the use case, but the kind of the text version of the use case, but we can include more detailed information for the use case. Okay, just let's do together. So think about, so the title of the use case is add a new vehicle to the existing insurance policy. So the name of the class, I can't make the cables. So just a second. Just a second. Yeah, I need the open. So with the word file, wait for me. So create it, save it. This is save as. Can you save that the docs file? So tutorial number 3. I just hit Brian. See that one. So open it. Oh. No, it doesn't work. Tutorial 7, 1, 2, 3, 7, tutorial lecture, text 7. So open, send it, open with the what? Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, I open the file with the word process. So activity 2. So complete the following and the use case description table. So the use case, name of the use case is add. Okay. So what is use case name for this one? We already have that's the name of the use case, right?
New vehicle.
Yeah, add. Just write down the as it is. So new the vehicle. We need to add a new vehicle. So to existing insurance policy. Insurance policy. Okay, that's the name of the class. What's the scenario? So there are the two people. So one is the customer, the other one is agent. They want to the telephone. And you can make your own scenarios. There's telephone. Now the instance, so the between the customer and agent. Okay, that's the scenario. So between the customer wanted to add the new vehicle to the existing policy. And the insurance, the agent are they talking to. Okay. The next one is triggering event. What's the triggering event? What's the meaning? Good. Yeah. Good. Yeah. So triggering event. So how we can start this use case? So when it happens, then the customer needs to when customer buy. You know, right? Yes. So buy new vehicle. Okay. And one or two, add the new vehicle to the existing policy. They buy the new vehicle, good. Next, and the brief description. So what happens? So what's the use case about? Just brief description about your use case. So the call to the agent, the insurance agent to add the vehicle, new vehicle. So the customer they provide the new information, the information for the vehicle, information for new vehicle, and agent add the car to existing and the insurance policy, okay, and system will update the policy. Yeah, that's it all about. Okay, does it make sense? So who is the actors in this scenario? So we need the customer and the agent, insurance agent. There are the two actors we need to have for this scenario, right? Who is the stakeholders? Is the customer and the service department. Okay, insurance service department. That is stakeholders. Okay. Preconditions. What's the preconditions mean? Preconditions. It must be prepared before we start this use case. All right. So what could be the precondition then? Hello. Yeah, good. Yeah, customer, the policy must be exist and up to date. Okay, just copy that one and yeah. The customer policy must be exist and to be updated too. Because this use case is add a new vehicle to the existing insurance policy. So must have the existing insurance policy before you start. All right. The next one, the post conditions. What the post condition means? After the use case. So what could be the changes? So after the use case, now think about that one. So when we done this use case, what could be the changes? We already add a new vehicle. So vehicle, the vehicle object, the information created. So it's created, will created and connect to the policy, existing the policy. Okay. The policy and the policy updated the way the new vehicle, the all new vehicle. Okay. Do you understand? The parts updated with the new vehicle. Okay, good. The next one is the flow of the activities. So we can just only think about who is the actors. Actor is the customer and the system. And think about the actor with the system. So actor need to be, so who is the actor? The clerk, agent. So enter the customer information. So the information. Then what we need to system need to do what we need to do. The system, that is first step. So the agent enter the customer information and the system, so with that information, the system will define the policy, the existing policy, and to show the detailed information, the details. Now what is? And the actors need to check the policy. The agent needs to check the policy. And what is? And number 3, and the next step. And the car, so and next time enter the car, the information to the system. Okay, so this one is enter the customer information to who is the users, and then system will find the existing policy of the customer and check the old policy, define the agent, and agent need to input the new car information info, and the system will after the involvement system, the number 3, after 3, the system with the information, system will, the 3.1.1, and the system will check, validate this car and the coverage of the insurance. Okay, Yeah, something that one. So we know, so we created the activity diagram. So that is the graphical versions. This is the text version of the activity diagrams. So just think about the older process, who did what, and after using that information, the object, so do the work. Okay. Just the activity diagram to convert into the text model. That is the flow of the activities. So I'm just leave it to you, the rest of the part, and think about your scenarios. So what we need to do, and for the actors, what we need to do for the system. So what is activities done for the actors and system using that information, how they update their systems. Okay, that's the flow of activities. So you need to fill up that one by yourself. You need to put the more information into the. Right, the next one. Exceptional conditions. Yeah, what are the exceptional conditions? If you're not achieved this use case, what happens? So we just provided the information, but the policy is not updated in the system. Then what we need to do in the 2, so status 2, and if the policy is not current, not up to date, not current, then the call and the agent request update request to update the information, the policy. So what if the car, the new car, the type of car, which means the type of the new car is not in the system because that's very brand new. So the system does not update it yet. So when you enter the car information into the system gets some of the errors because the system doesn't know about the cars about you entered. So you need to the cloud agent. So ask the request to into the system, request to the system now the car tables card import information, the table with new model. Okay, yeah, that's the exceptional conditions. You can find the few more by yourself and add to the tables. Is it okay? Yeah, please check the answers. I think that's enough. So for today's. Yeah, any question for today's? This is the table, the class diagram. For the scenario one.
Can I see this one?
Sorry?
Can I see this one for a little bit?
Okay, yeah. So make it larger. Just have a look. And we also created the new use case description table as well. So the both of them is main topics for today's lessons. Okay, let's have a look. So rest of the student, so can you just provide your names with the student numbers in the chat box, and I will check the attendance file based on that information. You can create your own class diagram, so don't need to the copy for my one. So you can use your ideas. You can use the method. Okay, so